Hello everybody. One of the pieces we're going to be playing in our autumn season is another orchestral suite by Brescianello. Unusually, this piece is not part of the Rostock collection of 6 suites and the Chaconne. This is a manuscript that survives by itself in a collection in Lund in Sweden, and is rather unusual because, unlike all the Rostock suites and pretty much all the other orchestral suites that were written at the time that are overture suites, this one is actually a Sinfonia-Suite. An overture suite, just to be clear, is like a French overture that you have at the beginning, which is then followed by a suite of dances. This suite is a Sinfonia-Suite, so it's actually an Italian Sinfonia followed by a suite of dances. I'm not actually aware of any other works like this. I'm sure they exist somewhere, but certainly I'm struggling to think of any. Certainly all with the Bach, the 4 suites of Bach, all French overture suites. All the Telemann suites I've come across, all the Grampner suites I've looked at, they're all French overture suites. So this is rather unusual. The manuscript is quite interesting. Not a score, it's a set of parts. The scoring is just strings and continuing, and I can show you a little bit. So here we have the front page of the set of parts of the Brescianello. Interestingly, rather like the sinfonias that appear in Brescianello's Opus 1, the spelling is the same. So it's not S-I-N-F, it's S-I-M-P-H, which is, I mean, you know, by the by, gives you the scoring: 2 violins, alto viola, and fondamento, or basso continuo, by Brescianello. One of the things that's relatively unusual about this suite of Brescianellos is that, well, for an Italian sinfonia, you would expect that you get a sort of chunky opening movement, you know, that's probably the biggest movement of the Sinfonia, followed by reasonably decent sized slow movement, and then concluding with relatively simple minuet, something like that. That's kind of standard. Whereas our C minor suite here, the Sinfonia itself, before you get stuck into the suite of dances, does something rather strange towards the end. If I just show you the music. So this is the first violin part, one of them. It comes along here. You would expect that to be followed by perfect cadence on C minor, but in actual fact he lands on a first inversion F minor chord, and that continues as an adagio, but then, I mean, it's only, what, 3 bars, and then he goes straight into this sort of slightly nuts allegro, and then you go along, and then he goes back into another adagio there, and then plays to the end, and then he says da capo. So you've got to do it all again. But I mean it's that's slightly odd. But the fact that you, in order to find the perfect cadence in C minor, the chord you need to land on, that one, you got to play all these other adagios again, which is a bit on the strange side. But there you go. I don't know who copied the manuscript and for what purpose it was copied, but if you look at some of the second violin parts, like this, for instance, at least some of the parts cannot have been intended for performance, because, like, for the Bore here, he starts it off in this part, it just says Bore, unison with violin 1. Was it a set of parts that were copied for the purposes of a copyist? Don't know. Anyway, there you go. It's a brilliant piece. Once you get past the sort of slightly bizarre opening Sinfonia, the suite of dances that follow are, if you've been listening to our suites that we've been releasing on various albums over the past few years, I'm sure you will recognise that it's good old Brescianello himself. Anyway, see you later.